Good morning, traders. It is Tuesday, October 22nd. We're about 45 minutes into trading. Let's see what we can find today. First, we take a look at the market. We've got the market trying to push higher. This is a minor resistance level at SPY 300. If it can maintain this level, it may challenge the high today. The reason I say that is that there's going to be a Brexit vote. I see a greater chance of upside than I do downside risk. If this vote gets passed, finally, there could be a chance for a Brexit deal that would remove a tremendous amount of uncertainty in Europe. It would be good for global markets. If it gets voted down, then the can gets kicked down the road. The deadline is January 31st. That October 31st deadline isn't going to mean anything because Parliament voted that it would be unlawful for England to leave the EU without a deal. So, downside, no deal. Market may pull back a little bit on the news, but I don't think the expectations for a deal are very high. But on the upside, if they really make some progress, boy, the market could rally, and it could rally right through this all-time high. So, risk reward, I'm going to own some calls overnight, and especially if the SPY can hold this little mini resistance support level now. So the China-US trade talks went well. Looks like we're going to have a truce. They're calling it a mini deal. It's not much of a deal. The market is satisfied as long as the status quo stays in place and the trade conflicts don't escalate. The market is happy. Earnings season has been decent. Results have been better than feared. Guidance has been in line. So even at a forward PE of 17, stocks have been able to tread water or even move higher. Mega cap tech stocks will start reporting. That also keeps buyers engaged. The big issue here is the volume is extremely light. That indicates a low level of conviction, and that tells us that as we start getting up near the high on low volume, we have to be very, very careful. You can see how the market got up to this high right here, and you can see how the volume started to fall off a little bit. Well, then we get an ensuing sell-off. Same thing here. Market gets up to the high, volume starts to drop off right in here. We get a market pullback. So market could be vulnerable to a pullback. I think that the news will be pretty good over the course of the next week. We've got the FOMC coming up a week from tomorrow. Very dovish expectations that the Fed is going to ease sometime this year. That should keep buyers engaged as well. So look for just a gradual float higher. This is a really good environment to sell bullish, out of the money put spreads. Even when it comes to day trading, you've got no market momentum, you have no tailwind. The stock is going to have to do it all on its own, so it better have heavy volume and good momentum breaking major moving averages. McDonald's, been watching this one, has just breached below the trend line. Okie dokie. Here's an earnings play, and this is definitely a short here. I drew a line from here to here when the stock was moving higher, and now that trend line has been breached. It's time to get short. I would get short McDonald's right here, right now. And now to manage the trade, this is how I like to manage the trade. I click the alert line and I select the candle, and now I have my downward sloping alert line. This is like a trailing stop, and I just wait for that to be triggered. 203.50, that's where you want to be short that stock. It's broken below the 100-day moving average in a big way, and I think that the 200-day is within reach. You can see the earlier selling this morning got down pretty close to that level. Since we're on the short side, let me show you another stock that I found. This is a nice short, long red candles closing on their low, a breach of the 200-day moving average. You can hover over the E and get the next earnings release date, 10/29. There's time. I think this is a very weak looking stock. Symbol CB. There's another one that I found that's very weak. Same thing, long red candles, breached the 200-day moving average. This is another good short. Before I continue with the longs, Let me remind you that everything that you see today is available on Option Stalker. Go to www.oneoption.com. If you're an active trader, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to be posting these videos every morning within the first hour of trading for the rest of the year, and I will have actionable trades, just as I'm doing right now. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up and know that you can get everything at oneoption.com. So back to the market analysis. There's three shorts that I really like for today. Given my bullish bias, I'm not going to look for any more shorts. I'm going to go right to the bullish list and see if we've got anything interesting here. Heavy buying. Boeing trying to reverse this steep decline. This may be able to move ahead of earnings tomorrow. You can see that it's trying to hold this support level right here. I am going to do this. I want to know if this stock is able to get above this downward sloping trend line. If it is, I'll take another look at it. BMY, really strong. I'm going to remove some of these, and I'm just going to simply right click on them, and I'm going to get them out of the way because I'm going to show you how I'm going to approach this. Going to click on that high, going to click on that high. There's my downward sloping trend line. When the stock breaks it to the upside, I'll be able to evaluate, see if I want to take the trade. I'm going to remove this by right clicking on it. There's so much that you can do with these diagonal alert lines. They're fantastic. They're great not only for getting into positions, they're great for managing the trade as I'd shown you earlier. So we're going to continue to go down the list and see what we can find. By the way, here's why I like BMY. Look at that big breakout. Very nice, big volume. J&J's been beaten down. I don't think we're going to find anything too good there. Too choppy anyway. LK trying to get through this 100-day moving average. That's kind of interesting, but very choppy stock, so no thanks. Morgan Stanley, another choppy one. Financial, posted earnings. Not seeing anything too interesting there. We have Fifth Third Bank. There's a big downslope right there. If you can see that downward sloping trend line that I just drew. We have a gap up above the 200-day and 100-day moving averages. We had earnings before the open. Stock looks pretty good. Financial stocks have been decent. Nice big reversal. This is a buy. This is a buy right now, FITB. Put that on your list. Heavy volume. Liquid options. Above prior day high. I like it. See how easy that was to find? Go into Pop Bull, look for some swing trade possibilities here. See if there's anything good moving there. That is a monster gap there. Here you don't want to get long when the stock is retracing like that off of a big gap. So what do? We set our alert line. VCYT. Interesting stock. Pretty good momentum yesterday and today. It has earnings after the close today. That's what the A is. So I would not touch that one. It could be volatile into earnings. So a lot of the moves that you see pre-earnings are reversed during the course of the day. This is nice. This is a little poke above the 100-day moving average, but resistance at the 200-day is too close. So I'm going to take a pass on that. I think we're going to have to go into another search. I'm going to look at strong after earnings. This is one of my favorites. You can see this list will only grow with each passing day because earnings are really starting to ramp up. Well, there's one that's really moving nicely. UNH, I like it. Right through that 200-day moving average. So we're going to drop an alert line on that one. This one may be a little bit too steep, and it may get triggered right away. So we'll see. We'll keep it out there. Going to continue to go right down the list. I'm looking for another long or two. URI. Market is just very slow right now. Yes, the UNH broke above that line. It was a little bit too steep of a trend line. And so it really needs to be able to get above this level, then I'm more interested in it. BA just flagged. We'll see what's going on there. Really don't see a whole lot of anything, so I'm going to drop a horizontal alert line, pick the candle, double click it, alert line drawn. We're going to continue to see if we can find another good stock or two. SAP, big gap up yesterday on earnings. Not bad, trying to keep going. I still don't see anything too interesting there, so I'm going to go into my custom searches and see what we've got there. Maybe something will pop up that we can find. I've got liquid options, value of 3 or better, above the prior day high. Go right to the top, see what we've got. ABBV, I like that. ABBV looks good. Got a little bit of a pullback here. Would like to see more of one. Have that horizontal alert line right there. Keep an eye on it. And then if it continues to pull back, then I'll be able to draw an actual downward sloping alert line. BP. Major resistance at the 100-day, no interest. CI, I like. CI, I have liked. You know I've liked it from way back here at the 100-day moving average. Look at that move. Almost every day this has been coming up on our list, so I love it. CI looks really, really good. So there's a long for sure that we want. There's UNA again, going higher. I like UNH. Just looking for another decent stock that I can add to the list here, and then we'll be done for the day. I don't need a lot of stocks on a day like this. It's just very, very quiet, so if I can just hanker down on a couple of stocks, that's all I need. And there's UNH, XOM, and I ran across a couple of others. I'm going to ANTM. This is a nice looking stock. Oh yeah, it looks really good. And PDD was another one that I looked at that I liked earlier today. This one's pulling back a little bit, but you can see got this really nice upward sloping trend line. Got one right here as well. Breaking through this horizontal resistance. It's a big runner before, got ahead of itself, pulled back once, twice, higher low, above this level as well. So this stock looks like it wants to continue to grind higher. So I do like this even on a swing basis, and that would be my stop on a swing basis. So it's a pretty wild stock. So let's do a quick recap of the stocks that I like. I like BMY, Bristol Myers. I like UNH. I like, and this is good for selling bullish put spreads, by the way. Key off of that 200-day moving average. You don't need to worry about earnings because they happened last week. So I like that. CI is another one that we've been highlighting pretty much daily. Love this one. Love selling that bullish put spread at the 200-day moving average. PDD I just showed you. I like that one. ANTM. That looks good. That's a nice stock. Got good momentum today. And finally, FITB, Fifth Third Bank. I think this stock is going to grind higher. It's not a big mover like most of the bank stocks. They tend to be very, very slow movers. So see if you can buy any kind of pullback. But I like the fact that it's been able to reverse this big drop early. And now it's got strong momentum, long green candles closing on their high, getting through the prior day's high. Those are all very positive signs, and you've got it above the major moving averages. You could even try and sell a put spread at this level as well. My shorts were AYX, MCD, McDonald's, reported this morning, and CB. Those are your shorts. McDonald's MCD, going to go in, going to take a look at that alert line that I dropped. See how it's managing the trade for me? It removes all of the emotion from the trade. I drop the alert line, and as long as that trend is preserved, I stay in the trade. I don't have to watch every tick. I don't have to worry about it. I just wait for my alert to come up, and then I get out of the trade. If I were watching it, I might be tempted on a little short covering bounce to get out of the trade and to take profits on it, but that could come and go, and the stock resumes its downward decline. The trend line is preserved. This keeps me in the trade. These alert lines are really, really effective in managing the trade. That's all I've got for today. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up. Know that you can get Option Stalker at www.oneoption.com. If you're an active trader, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll see you tomorrow.